So these animals are hunting throughout the night, and when they go back to their pups, they vomit the meat. Firstly, they will vomit the furry, the hair from the animal, because it doesn't go with the digestive system. And they will vomit the meat that is partially digested. And while they're busy feeding, they will consume some other bacteria that will adapt their stomach for digestion, for proper digestion when they're still young.
They are eating something like
vavuya humelela teka mali a nyika vaputa xava mabodhlele vanwa vanhu i va nwisile bya mutswanga luya
So did you see those footprints? From which animal do you think?
leopard? Small lion?
Small lion? But there is that big one there.
Okay. So lion, eh?
Lions. Yeah, lions. This was the pride. You can see there were more than one. They jump here while the ground is still wet, maybe after rain. Yeah. So they walk down here. It was a big pride. As you can see, different footprints. And they were like going that way. Can you see the fingers where they're facing?
Yeah.
So on the Whitetail cats, normally they retract the claws. They're not like dogs. Dogs, you always see the claw marks. Cats, they retract them.
Sorry.
They only come out during action. After action, they retract them. So and also the main pad of the cat, you see 3 lobes. 3 lobes at the back. Is that justice next to the water? It's hard to point there. We've got 3 lobes at the main pads. Main pad, we mean like back of the hand, yeah. So they've got 3 lobes, whereas your dogs have got 2 lobes and you see the claw marks. So unless if it's a cheetah, Cheetah, you see the claw marks, and also cheetah have got 3 lobes. Yeah, because cheetah is meant to be not the really true cat, because it got a smaller head, whereas true cats have got a bigger round head, and also cheetah have got a loose spine.
Right.
Yeah, which make them flexible to run after the prey. So that's how we can tell the difference. So this is the evidence showing that we have lions roaming around here. Let's keep an eye.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, this was the pride. As you can see, there were more than one. Right. Yeah. So we've got a big pride roaming around this area, about 16 lions together. Yeah, so.
How big? How
Normally
big would this lion be? How big would it be, do you think?
It will be up to this size. Yeah, and longer to this size. Yeah. And the big male lion, it can weigh about 200, 220 around there. Lioness can weigh about 180, 190. The fully grown lioness. Yeah. Big male lion, 2 or 3 people can struggle to carry it. You can struggle. Yeah. Big male lion. So yeah. So they walk here during the rainy day. So the footprints gonna still be here until we have another rain.
So how often does it rain this season, this time of year?
Our rainy season starts from November.
Okay.
Yeah, November.
And how much, like, does it rain regularly every day, or do you have days with downpours and then?
Yeah, days downpours.
And then
other days,
right.
Like now, it's almost 2 weeks without any rain. Yeah. So, by the way it gets hot during the day, we're expecting one day we can have rain.
Right.
Yeah, so we still have more chances to get rain. Yeah. Okay. Means
1,000.
1,000. So that's a Swahili word meaning 1,000, like 1,000 feet. So, but believe me, they don't really have 1,000 feet.
Right.
Yeah. As a fully grown millipede, they've got 60 segments, and each segment have got 2 pairs of feet. So 60 by 4. It's about 240. So, and remember, the first 2 segments on the head, they don't have any feet. That's where their mating organs are situated. So that's why when millipede are busy mating, you see one killing on the other one. So we call that behavior, they are necking. Necking. So they mainly feed on decay plant material. So that's why you're likely to bump on them on the animal dung. So they go for decay plant material. So they can't see the way, they use their antenna, to find the way. So they are meant to be containing hydrogen cyanide acid, which is poisonous. If you take this one and chow it, you're not gonna reach the car with you. Yeah, it will be a suicide. So, but we have 2 species feeding on the millipede. We have a spider called the millipede assassin. So it go for the millipede, and also your African civet cat. Civeta. It's a very tiny animal. It can take about 100 of them in one night, as it's active during the night. It's called the African civet cat. So to the civet cat, it serves as a protein. To me and you, it's poisonous. To civet, it's a protein. Yeah. So because they've got a digestive system which can handle the cyanide acid. Oh, beautiful sunrise. There we go. So that's where our province has get this name. I hope you know our province name.
No.
No idea
Catalonia provincia.
the name of our province.
Cucuza, no.
Kukuza,
province.
yes, Kukuza is the camp. Yes, Kukuza is the camp.
Where do you stay?
Yes, Cucuza.
No, where do you come from?
Ah, from Spain, Barcelona.
You have where Barcelona situated?
Yes, in Catalonia.
In Catalonia, it's a province.
That's the region, province.
Eating or rutting season. So this coming winter,
So do the male fight?
yeah, they fight. They're fighting for dominance. So the stronger one is the one who can join the group of females and start mating with them. And the stronger one can be still challenged by other stronger males. Yeah.
So how many females do a group?
So
Usually?
it depends, it can be 20 or 50 or 100. It
Yeah.
depends on the number of those females on that group. There's no specific number that a male need to go for so many female impala. So it depends on the size of the group. Okay.
Cheetah?
Cheetah.
Ah, sí, porque tiene uñas, ¿eh?
Because the claws?
Sí.
Because of the claws. Any idea?
Well, you said there's three. She has 3 paws, 3 things, right? So.
And
Yeah,
there,
the-
how many there you can see?
2.
2. So meaning
Mm.
it's not cheetah. So remember, cheetah, I said, is 2 lobes. But this one, 1, 2. 1, 2.
Jackal?
Jackal? This one I would say is too big to be jackal. The track is too big to be jackal.
Wild dog?
At least you try, yeah. Wild dog, but it's hyena.
That's hyena.
Yeah. At least you try, because wild dog as well, claw marks, 2 lobes. And the wild dog track will be slightly smaller. Yeah, slightly smaller. And your hyena, most of the time, will walk like the front leg.
Yeah.
Is skew bit outer, like, not straight, like. So we say hyena is walking 10 past 10 on the clock. Yeah, 10 past 10 on the clock, yeah. So I also walked down here while the ground was still wet. Yeah. Okay.
And it's open, it's bushy, bushy, bushy.
Because water
What?
accumulates here.
Water. What do you think?
Fire.
Fire. What do you think?
Fire too.
Fire too. Then with the roots as well. It's difficult. What do you think, ma'am? Okay. Before this became a national game reserve, there was people used to stay here. And they were living on farming, planting the maize, the crops, lots of crops. They were having lots of livestock. They were using them to farm. So in order to have a good area, they were targeting the steepy area close to the drain. Because where the soil, if the rain comes while the top of the nutrients and accumulated in the lower slope before it goes into the river. So the soil becomes very, very fertile. So also they can get water on the stream. They can dig and get water. So this is where they used to locate their home. And they were staying far apart from each other because they needed a space for their cattle and for their grazing area. You see, so they were neighbors, but like some neighbors were 500 meters to kilometer apart from each other. So they were living on animal, poaching for meat, skins, for horn, communication, a kudu made. So that was their life. And they were having all the livestock, sheep, cattle, and goats, chicken, roaming chicken. So they did not have a fence. So they have to occupy bigger areas so that they've got a hut, they've got farm here. And every day there must be a person that is around so that during farming, because the cattle can come and eat and other animals to chase them away. So to be in a big number in a family, it was very important, and they were supposed to take 2 or 3 wives so that they have many children, so that they have lots of people to work to do the job. So they were relying on animal skin for clothes. They were using the plants to bath.
Sorry, Mr. Robert.
Yeah, no, that's
So what is the animal calling there?
I heard like there was like a roar, no?
Yeah.
In the distance.
Yeah.
Lion.
Lions.
Yeah.
So that's how the lion roar.
But that could be very far away.
Very far, because in the morning and the late afternoon sound can travel far. So you can think they're behind that bush. Meanwhile, they are far away. Okay, you can carry on, Mr.
Yeah,
Robert.
so-
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, sound can travel far in the morning. That's why you hear lots of birds and animal call in the morning, also late afternoon before sun become dark. Unlike 12 o'clock midday, because the sun will hit the slope and wind will become rise. So the sound is not traveling. It's like when you talk at night, your voice travels
Yeah.
than when you talk during the day. So that is the communication way that was adopted by African people. That's why when they want to send a message to mass of people, they blow the kudu horn. So people will run to the side to get the message and they will send it word of mouth over a longer distances. So kudu become the first animal to stop to kill. Otherwise we would have not sitting with kudu today because of the horn. If you used to have a horn, you used to have a cell phone. You see. So I was still explaining how the fundamental of this place. So in 1889,
1898.
Eh,
When the
1898 when the Paul Kruger became a prime minister of the Eastern Transvaal. So they've realized this area is very good for animals to live in this area. So they decided to chase all the people out here, but they did not do it in one day. So it was a process. He appointed the game warden. His name was Harry Voluta. Firstly, the park was divided into two. There was Sabi Game Reserve, which is from Satara to Malelan, and Shingwezi Game Reserve, that was from Lower Satara to North. So in 1926, they break it and make it one park. And there was a one camp called Voluta. Now they use it as a trails camp. They do guided walk and they've got a fixed accommodations there. They go out and come back. They've got everything like a camp, but it's like a satellite camp for trails only. People are doing guiding, but they are sleeping there. You see. So the guy was starting from Voluta in Malelan and was patrolling from here to Punda, which takes him like 3 weeks to go there and come back with a horse. So the other day he was on his way back. When he get to Chokwan, he found a lioness on a road. So as he passed that lioness, the lioness followed him and he jumped on top of the horse and hit him down. And he fall down and it drags him. He had a knife here. He took that knife and stabbed several times to the lioness, and it died. Then he crawled to the tree, the marula tree. He climbed up and take his belt and hook himself there. And he hang there, and the horse ran from there to Voluta. And the assistant see the horse the next morning being alone and was so surprised where Voluta is. And then he started to take that horse back again. When they get to Chokwan, it was after 16 hours. You see, they find him on top of the tree. Then they rescued him, take him to Skokuza, and then they fly him to Malelan, to Nelspruit, where he get assistance. So people were chased away systematically. So if they find you maybe killing an animal, they will chase you out. You see, if you maybe having a dog, you have to go out. If you have a cat, you have to go out. All those things. So he was going to patrol, see if people are complying. So people did not have a transport system, no road system. So if they move people, they were moving like 5 kilometers and camp again inside the park. Stay there for 5 to 10 years. Again, they come and chase them again until in 1976 when they win to chase everyone out of this area. So that's why when you walk here, you don't find old beer bottles, plow, anything of a metal, you don't find it. You find clay pots, you find grinding stones. But when you move on the edges of the park, you can even see the deep tanks for their cattle. You can see the plow, you can see the old branded bottle, that side. So it takes many years. If you go to Skukuza, there by the reception, there's a toilet there, there's a statue, 3 of them. The one in the middle is Paul Kruger. The guy who killed the lioness is on the left. There's a guy on the right, his name is Stevenson Hamilton. He was also a game warden after a revolution. He's the one who win all this battle of moving away the people, finally. So if you want to see the skin of the lioness that a revolution killed, the knife and the belt, you can go to museum. They still keep it there. You can find the whole story. You can read about it. So this is the history of this area.
So where did the people go?
They go to the east, and west, and some have goes to south.
And they're just outside the park, or
Just
did they-
outside the park and reside there. There's a people that have gone to Mozambique side because they didn't know that Mozambique part, because in the olden days, Mozambique, after that mountain, it was still not demarcated yet who is Mozambique, or
Right.
there was few villages that people were relying this in South Africa, and they're having relatives in South Africa. But if you go deep in Mozambique, you get another tribe of people that have migrated from Tanzania. They're speaking another language. Those are the people that they regard themselves as the Mozambicans.
Right.
But this side, it was still Shangaan people. That was, no, they were nomadic. They were coming from KwaZulu-Natal during the tribal wars. They were running away from Shaka Zulu during the war. So they were going and stays in those areas, also in part of Mozambique. So when they make the borders, they said this mountain is a border between South Africa and Mozambique. And eventually those people become Mozambicans
Right.
automatically. Meanwhile, they've got families here. And most of them, they are coming from this area. So there's a people that have run to this area. So they they're telling themselves that they are South Africans. But they are Shangaan and they are speaking the same languages. So there's a people that have run to that side where there was a lot of Swazi tribe. So they actually changed their language again and speak Swazi, but they are Shangaan original. So this is what was happening. So, but there was a land claim that was going on in this area. So now they've again chased those people that was behind that mountain, pushed them to Mozambique and make a transfrontier park. You see, so now it's a park. The park is even big. So the first time it was 2.2 million hectares. Now it's more because they chased the people more to Mozambique. So this is what was happening in this area. Okay. It can live like 1,000 years. 500 years to grow from small to matured. 500 years to live after it's dried out. And it's not vulnerable to termites. They cannot recycle it. Take many years, about 1,200 to 1,500 years to live. When you want to take it off, people in the olden days, they used to set a fire at the bottom. This one can burn at least 5 to 6 years before you burn it down. And they collect the fire at the ash and use it as a toothpaste. And a deep brush, they will use either the root or a branch of this tree. It's called the magic guard. The two can work better to take off. Even the ash can able to kill bacteria. If you use that ash, you're not gonna invade by the bacteria that will kill your teeth. So it's one of the healthy ash. Very fine, pure white. Also, they use it to disinfect water. If they dig a well, they can put that ash and the water filtered up. Everything that is not good can kill by that ash. So it's one of the plants that was close to the people that are living in the wild in the olden days. The name of the tree is called leadwood. Leadwood. L-E-A-D. Leadwood. Or the scientific name is called Combretum imbebe.
So by doing this, I'm just trying to pretend as if there is something caught on the web, because that's their hunting technique. They spin the web so that insects can get trapped. If you don't push it too hard, slowly you can see. Sticky. Can you see that? Sticky. If insects fly in there, it gets stuck. So that's how they manage to get some food. So this type of spider, we call that communal nest spider. Communal, like community. So and also you can call them social nest spiders. So the living group there are about more than 100. Wow. So that's how big they can get. They're very, very tiny spider. Very, very tiny spider. So every time they wait for vibration. Once they pick up vibration, they know that they've caught something. So that's what I was trying to mimic there. Yeah, just to think that they've caught something, meanwhile they're not. If the spider web is no longer strong enough to catch, they eat it and make it again. So that every time it might be sticky. Any insects fly in there, it can get stuck. Yeah. The grasshoppers as well are still lazy. If you could catch one and put it there, so you can see how they react. Yeah. Social nest spider. So we have the big one called the golden orb web spider. They make a big web attached to different trees. And also your garden web spider. So those are web spinning spider. We call them Hyena moth. We have the Mygala moth, like your baboon spider. Those ones, they don't make web. They hunt physically. They jump and grab the prey. Yeah, baboon spider. It's very big, almost the size of my fingers. So they're active during the night. Yeah, social or community nest spider.
So that's a kudu. That's a kudu. Yes, kudu. So they were also scared, eh?
Everybody's scared.
Just had him jumping in kudu.
Everybody's scared.
Yeah. And the kudu, they're looking on us below the trees, eh? Yeah. So those are kudu.
Yo veo tres.